I see you calling. I didn't wanna leave you like that. It's 5 in the morning, yeah. 100 on the dash, 'cause my wheels are rolling. Ain't taking my foot off the gas. And it only took me one night to see the end of the line. Staring deep in your eyes. Dancing on the edge, about to take it too far. It's messing with my head, how I mess with your heart. If you wake up in your bed, alone in the dark, I'm sorry. Gotta leave before you love me. 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 But when I leave the party behind, don't care if they notice. Yeah, no. I'll just catch a ride. I'd rather be lonely, yeah, than wrapped around your body too tight. Yeah, I'm the type to get naked, won't give my heart a full breaking, 'cause I'm just gonna be staying. Dancing on the edge, but to take it too far. It's messing with my head, how I mess with your heart. If you wake up in your bed, alone in the dark, I'm sorry. Gotta leave before you love me. 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 Dancing on the edge, take it too far. Messing with my head, mess with your heart. Sorry, alone in the dark, I'm sorry. Leave before you love me. We get almost every night when that moon is big and bright. It's a supernatural delight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight, dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's feeling warm and bright. It's such a fine natural sight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight, dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's feeling warm and bright. It's such a fine natural sight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight.
Yo, what's up, everybody? The Doodles are flying. Speculation there. I saw several people on Twitter talking about Doodles 2 and blah, blah, blah. Doodles are the next thing. I wish I knew all this stuff when they were 14 and 17, just last week, whatever. I was looking at them. Aiden had said some stuff about them, and yeah, didn't buy because I was like, what are they gonna do? But people always know ahead of time. It's like everything. Going to bring in the other guys. A few things going on with the Azuki Beanz revealing. We've got Solana stuff. So yeah. Yo, what's up, guys?
What's up, man?
I see Aiden's in the house, maybe.
He is.
Even though he's in Guadalajara or something.
Guadalajara,
like that.
yeah.
He's in Puerto Rico
Guadalajara.
plotting up an NFT project with Logan Paul. They're gonna do the Crypto Zoo eggs reveal soon.
Okay.
Yep, hatching soon, so should be
Gotta show us the secret, so you didn't hear it here.
So volume 76 million halfway through the day. We'll get about 150, it seems, if things stay the same. So we've got 300 million yesterday, so we'll be down again from that crazy almost $500 million on 5/1 there, the day of the The other deeds. Man, I was seeing people saying that like the past couple months have been really bearish in terms of unique users and volume on OpenSea, and like other than this outlier from a couple of these projects like the Moonbirds and these BAYC other deed stuff, that they think the market's bearish. I don't know. I'm kind of laying in the middle, just still looking for opportunities. I mean, there's so many of them that I can't really care that much if it's bearish or bullish if you can find the right projects to get in, because they still provide tons of opportunity.
Totally agree. I think de-risking along the way is never a bad strategy, but also being willing and ready to participate in some of these big mints, because the upside is so high. Why would you completely sideline yourself?
I mean, there's like, if you had played, there were so many opportunities in the other side to buy rare land and stuff when they were revealing, and there were people that literally made like over 100 Ethereum buying up the right stuff. Yeah, so definitely tons of opportunities. We see the floor. This is kind of what I was expecting here, 3 to 4 Ethereum with so many items, with the status quo of no announcement, nothing about what the land's doing, what are the artifacts on the land, what are the different resources for. Kind of makes sense that people are selling. Your profit is pretty dang low depending when you minted, just because it cost about 2 Ethereum, I would say, maybe a little more depending when you bought your ape. And then, so that was, it cost 305 ape per, and then your mint cost, let's just say that it costs you an Ethereum to mint 2. So you're looking at about 5 ETH, maybe 5.56 ETH to mint 2. And you're looking at 7.5 if you sold 2, maybe 8 ETH if you sold 2. After a 7.5% fee, you're making some profits, but I think we could see it come down. Even I mean, as time goes on, the longer they remain quiet, obviously, the longer this could stay down. I'm kind of waiting to see, like we see on every project, like the Doodles, if all of a sudden there's just tons of stupid sales and stuff, and it's like, oh, well, they're about to announce what's going on. If this takes a while, if we're like a month out from now, we've got like a 354, maybe a 3 floor somewhere in here, and then all of a sudden you see all this volume, and it's like, oh, why is the land 4.2 now? That's when I would for sure be looking to buy. That's kind of my play right now. Or if a land with a coda goes to, like, I don't know, 15 or 17 or something. I'm not really doing a lot. I'm being patient as always. So I'm low risk kind of person.
I like that. Yeah, I think we continue probably some downward trending on the price of just like floor land, which is surprising, but also not, because no one really knows what the point of it is. If you didn't get a coda, obviously that was the real play there. So if you didn't get one, I know people are definitely de-risking and bringing up some cash, because it seems like other projects are really starting to run. We've got some other stuff happening this week that we'll talk about soon, but yeah, I like that play. I think if you start seeing bigger wallets just continue to accumulate land pieces between like 3 and 4 ETH, if you can send like some offers, that would be kind of cool if you can grab some closer to 3. I think people will continue to accumulate before this next 100,000 gets accessible to the people who hold original land. So that's going to be my play. If I can steal some like 3 ETH, I'll be going for it. But I'm definitely holding like some of the more common land that I have, just because I don't really see the short-term upside in selling it right now. At the bottom, this feels like a bottom to me. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I said yesterday, I don't hate buying between 3 and 4 around where we were. So if NFTs are going to be a thing and going to be continue to be like a good category to be making money in, then you would think anything BAYC would be a lower risk buy. And so that's why I'm not anyone buying 3 to 4. I bought a couple in here. and we'll look to do the same. Just not going to do it all at once. But some of these artifacts are interesting to me. There could be, there's a riskier play there buying some of these more rare artifacts. But I kind of like doing stuff like that, some more speculative stuff inside of these collections. So, like maybe these Coda I'm thinking like these Coda weapons are going to be really good for your Coda to be able to, like, let's just say mine ape or find stuff or attack. I don't know. That's just, maybe there's some plays there, depending where you can get in. Let's get out of the other land stuff and talk about the Azuki Beanz. It's one of the collections that I will be looking at doing some rare flipping, and they look cool. They look different and pretty cool. It will depend on me how cool they do look if I do look to do some of that. So I mean, Aiden knows a lot more than I do, I'm sure. I mean, maybe, hopefully. What do you have on the Beanz other than they reveal in 2 days?
Yeah, not too much. We've seen listing counts continually push down. We saw some buying yesterday, I think 2 days ago ahead of the actual announcement. So again, insider movement. If you can track these bigger projects and start buying when they were going for like between 5 and 6. They pushed 7 last night. I think they're down a little bit. But yeah, I mean, the big Azuki holders have been accumulating these for quite some time, especially in like the 4. I think they got as low as 3 point something. So now they're on the move up. We've got the reveal tomorrow. Don't exactly know what time, that hasn't been announced yet. Or sorry, not tomorrow. It'll be on the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
We got the XN tomorrow. But yeah, I definitely agree. There's probably going to be a rare play here. Expecting traits to be similar to that of Azuki. So you can find like spirits or gold beans. Blue beans, I think, will also be a sleeper play. I think most of them will be red. So blue, looking for those. I personally have 4 of them in the airdrop. I'm still holding them. It probably is a better play to sell these pre-reveal at the 7-ish floor and try to buy back in around like 4 or 5. That's never really been my style, though. I always end up holding through. So I'll be doing the same here. But, the chances of hitting a rare one out of 20,000 definitely lower than out of 10,000. So yeah, I don't hate selling and then buying in lower. But I think this should case pretty even with how mutants and bored apes have been distributed. They were at 7 East. Azuki's was at 32 when they were 7. I think both have come down. Azuki's holding around 31 right now. So it looks like 1 to 5-ish, 1 to 6 maybe. So yeah, I would look for that. I think Azuki's are also going to pump off these beans because I would expect they'd announce some sort of future utility with them when they do reveal. So looking forward to this one. It's the first big companion piece for Azuki and for a lot of the blue chip projects. Obviously, we have mutants. We had the artifact, the boxes, the monolith boxes, and now Azuki's got theirs, and we're also expecting Doodles to have theirs soon, sometime in May. So exciting times for the space. I think all the money has sort of shifted back towards the blue chips, and the mid chip, anything under 5 ETH is kind of getting wrecked right now, with some exceptions, of course. So I think beans are a pretty safe play. You can buy this post-reveal dip. We'll be covering that in potential flips as always. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, I loved waiting for the reveal. Even if I have something like the lands, I like to sell because I'm so unlucky. And this will probably bite me in the butt at some point when I have something really good and I sold before the reveal. But so far, so good. I had no coda. I had some trash. And so I just took the profits. And yeah, on these beans, obviously I don't want to buy here trying to get lucky. I will take the lower risk play of trying to find a really good, solid, rare traded bean, and then try to make some profits that way. So
and the Azuki artists, they have like such a variety in weapons and accessories and different things like that, man, that and there's 20,000 of these things, that there's going to be some dumped near the floor that just have like incredible features that are really nice and aesthetic or rare. So yeah, that should be a fun reveal. I'm excited to watch that. If I happen to have the liquidity at the time, that's on the 5th, so yeah, 2 days out, then yeah, I think rare sniping would be awesome.
And this community, there's a lot of what you would call noobs in it, like Aiden, and so they're going to be letting some rare ones go for cheap.
Yeah,
And so
totally.
you can
I'm gonna
capitalize.
floor all my rares as soon as I hit them. So
Yeah.
If AD sees a gold one, he'll probably list it for 6 ETH right away. Just out of pure excitement.
I just follow his wallet and look for him to list stuff, and it's just such easy money. I've paid for my kids' college the past few months off of it.
Dude, the AD vault's looking pretty juicy right now, bro. I wouldn't fade. But anyway, that's another topic.
I'm fading the vault. No, obviously Aiden's very good, but there will be noobs that have these beans, or they just don't even know what they have, and they just see the floor tanking and they list it, and it's at least a mid-tier to higher end one. So that's the play for me.
Well, that's kind of what I was saying. Like, because we already know the Azuki art so well, I don't think that we're going to be able to, like, snipe a spirit bean or something like that near the floor. I think it's going to be more likely to get, a rare accessory or a rare,
Yeah, you find a
weapon.
good rare trait. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it won't maybe be in the top 5 or 10%, but it might be in the top 30%, and you get it at floor. And so then you can maybe make 2 or 3 ETH, and that's kind of like 2 or 3 ETH in a day's work.
I was even able to pull that off during the actual Azuki reveal. I was able to get the wireless earbud trait, which is like a 0.85% trait, and I think the floor on that is like 40 something now. But I was able to get that for like 0.2 higher than floor at the time. And obviously I could have done way better. I mean, people didn't really even know what they had. Obviously some traits and backgrounds have really gone for a whole lot higher. But yeah, I think there will definitely be similar plays with 20,000 of them. They'll obviously, like, the rarity might be a little bit more skewed, but it should be very interesting to see how they go. But just to backtrack a little bit, I think, like, we were talking about selling stuff pre-reveal, and I was thinking about this earlier. Like, if you had a 1 in 10 or 1 in 20 chance of hitting a coda, like, I think your odds you're probably just better off, like, with the other side, for example, like, you're probably better off selling, just because even if you did hit that, the chances of doing it were so low that you probably would sell that every time and come out ahead, even if you know what I'm saying? Like, I think, rarity wise, like, it's cool to play these reveals if you have a lot of conviction, but the market always correct every time. So just food for thought. Like, your chances of hitting a really rare Azuki out of 20,000 probably, or a bean out of 20,000 are probably pretty low. So I would wait for the reveal.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, for sure.
Trying to find. I remember, and this sucked. There was something I was trying to buy. I was trying to buy an Azuki when they first revealed with like a.
It had like a bear hoodie or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was a hoodie for like 7 or 8 ETH, and
Dude.
I faded the project because when I miss a project, I just kind of am like, I missed it on to the next thing, but it would have been just like an amazing rare to buy. It was one of these Kiguramis. I think it was the red panda. Yeah, it was the red panda Kigurumi. So anyways, long story short, try to find a good rare trait like that, because if the floor does rise, you can make a really good, a really quick, profitable flip there on rare traits on rising floors. So
I think it'd be cool to look for the Ledger skateboard trait. That's like, if you look at the actual collection, that's the header. You got a bean riding like a Ledger as a skateboard. That would be a cool one. I would imagine.
Which
that might
part
be
of
pretty
the
rare.
traits is that in Azuki?
No, that's on the beans.
Oh, on
we
the
haven't. We don't
beans.
know the actual traits, but on the preview and some of the promotional material, they've got this bean riding a Ledger as like a skateboard. I feel like that would be a pretty desirable trait to have. If you can find that one. I think everyone's going to be looking for spirits and golds. So if you can zig when other people are zagging on this one, I think you're pretty rewarded.
Obviously, be cognizant of these specials with these backgrounds, like the butterflies and the smokes, and
if you have those, my gosh,
they're all over like basically 40 ETH, it looks like. And when you compare them to maybe like the cat beanie, which is a 38 floor, you have like 2 to 3x as many of the specials available and a higher floor. So obviously, if you can get in on a special, if you see any of these like special background like things, I would look. I mean, obviously there's some risk because what if they were like, oh, let's give a bunch of them the water and the fire and the earth or something. But if it goes off of the OG collection, that's something to look for there.
And Azuki collectors are pretty serious about their rare traits. So I wouldn't be too worried about liquidity if you are buying some of these rarer traits. These guys really do pursue like the gold items, the spirits, all that stuff. So I would almost comp it to like BAYC in the fact that people really do care about the rares. I don't really know too much about Clone X rares, but I know Azuki from the holders that I've talked to and the people that I know in the project, like people really do like collecting rare items and this stuff. So I think you'll be pretty solid if you can hit one of these.
Mm-hmm. And the types too. You have a lot of red and blues. 10% of the collection, but pretty decent. Maybe the spirit though, obviously would be a killer trait.
Yeah, that's the one if you could hit it.
Yeah. Yep.
Do
Cool.
you think Boba will go up at all as a result of any of
Bobas.
this? For our Boba holders out there?
He's in space right now. They've been teasing some updates. They said they're working on something while he's up there, so it should be cool. I ended up selling before the other side dropped just because I wanted a little bit more liquid, and I expected the floor to retrace, and it did. So I'll be looking for another buy-in, maybe like 0.15, 0.16.
So holding my two. They're at like 0.2 right now, basically.
Nice. Okay, cool. So they bounced off. They went as low as like 0.12 this week. So nice.
Yeah, as soon as that tweet came out, I took a look at them. They looked like they were up.
Cool. Let's talk about the Phantom Network PXN. I don't like these personally. The art, and I normally base most of my purchases on art, to be honest. Obviously, if I really like the art and it's with a good collection, then it's like I'm trying to full go. But Garrett really likes this art and stuff, so.
I think the art's pretty cool, but I mostly just think that there's more potential for whales to just absolutely send this thing, man. More so than I like the art itself. I think the art is cool enough to sustain a gigapump and a crazy aftermarket is more my thesis on these. I see a lot of bigger just whales, really reputable whales talking about this. A lot of big accounts that I follow are excited for this mint. Apparently they capped the Discord at 14K followers. Twitter's up to like 400K. Obviously, don't know how much of that is authentic, but just due to the active wallets in the NFT space, that number always just seems ridiculous when I see an NFT project with a following like that. But regardless of all of it, public sale is tomorrow, 11 p.m. EST. It'll be Dutch auction starting at 2 ETH. We do anticipate it to sell out at the top at 2 ETH, probably even with some gas wars involved. And people that are hitting that, any whales that are involved, we think that there's going to be a pretty high floor price set would be my idea. And then the next day on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, the whitelist supply of 6,000 will be minted. I was actually mistaken on this. I thought it was going to be for a flat 0.35, but I guess that was the minimum end of that threshold. So it's looking like it'll be relative to the Dutch auction sell-out price, which will almost definitely be the top. So the whitelist mint will be a 1 ETH price. I do anticipate the whitelisters to see like juicy aftermarket prices after the public mint with gas wars and all the exposure that's going to get. I think the price could surge really high, and I think that the whitelist minters could bring that floor price down. I think that may be when the aftermarket play would be, but we're still a couple days out, so it's totally on my radar though. I think that could be a high upside opportunity.
Totally agree. Whitelist can mint 1, public Dutch auction can mint 2 per wallet. So obviously, like you'll have a distribution pretty much like 2 to 1 after the public, and then you'll have all the 6,000 individual whitelist guys probably selling into the high floor price, which should bring it down a little bit. But I think the market is like perfect for this project or any real project with a lot of hype to rip right now. After so many people made a lot of ETH from the other side, so obviously we saw money flowing into some more blue chips, but I think people are hungry for the next new thing. And from what I've seen, like Garrett was saying, people think this could be that. So if you could play it, I would do it. We're watching it really closely for that buy-in and that play.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so yeah, watching starting tomorrow at 11 p.m. EST. I think the Dutch auction will be competitive, but if you can hit it, you should be immediately in the green.
Yeah, I'd probably sell into that FOMO, and then we don't have any idea. I don't think when the reveal is.
No.
So I'd be selling pre-whitelist. And yeah, we'll see. Should be pretty sweet. I like the art on these. People seem to like the founder Ray as well, and I just think the execution on the art, the website, their Twitter, everything's been really top tier so far. So they've clearly got they've got a serious team and a serious reputation so far. So I think they're gonna hit this one hard, and it should be pretty sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so next topic here. Let's see. Yeah, PXN. I think that I don't even know, man. I'm tempted to paper hand. I'm gonna be honest. I'm tempted to paper hand my Otherdeeds and try to play PXN. It could end up getting burned by that, but I don't think that the base or mid land on Otherdeeds. I don't think that there is a 2x potential in the immediate future. But I do think something like PXN could see the volatility and hype, get a quicker, easy 2x or higher. But it remains to be seen. So just speculation right now. And something token.
Yeah, that thing went crazy.
Did you see that tweet that I linked last night from that Frey guy?
Yeah, he's the founder of Americana.
I see.
Yeah,
in the project. Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at the thread. It was like 14 hours ago. You could have minted while that when that tweet was up, they were still minting. So AD. So who is this? So the partnership with Reddit founder. What exactly is the utility behind this thing?
So this is a token that gives you early access to Americana and discounts on there. And Americana is basically a platform where people, they're like an accelerator that can create NFTs out of physical collectibles. So it's a pretty interesting concept.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, Alexis Ohanian, co-founder of Reddit, has invested in this. But yeah, Americana, they branded themselves as IRL NFTs, buying, selling, and trading things completely on-chain. I need to look more into what Americana actually is, but I would assume that this something token will give you, like they've said, early access to that. So we could see it become relatively important in like the trading card and collectible space. So this is a cool one. It ran up to what, 0.7 or something? Now it's down a little.
0.7. Now it's at 0.6, and I'm gonna be honest, that feels cheap. I feel like people are still, half the community still waking up or not awake, and they're like, "What is this?" And that. Generally, unless you can buy literally on launch or like floor, if you can buy something that's gonna be the next big thing in the what is this phase before the community starts really FOMOing, you can win big. I don't know, Aiden, you said you had the idea of maybe scooping one of these with our the community wallet as like a first purchase. I really don't hate that at all.
Yeah, I think it could be pretty solid. If they plan to implement having tokens on chain for physical items like rare sneakers or rare cards, things like that give you ownership or proven authenticity of an item on chain, I think that could be a pretty revolutionary idea. We've never seen anyone really execute on it just yet. So first to market could be really interesting. I can totally see these. We could wake up like a week from now and these are like 4 ETH, and it makes total sense. So I'm looking at these for sure. Especially with the cosign from 776 Ventures via Alexis Ohanian and Frey being the founder, who seems to be pretty important in the space. I like these a lot. And I also think that we're a little early on these too. I don't really think people understand what this is or what Americana could be. So I like it. I mean, yeah, I think if we've got the wallet, maybe we should scoop one. If they go a little lower, scoop another. These might just have a slow adoption pace. But once people understand what they are, I could see it being quite important. If they can execute, of course.
Absolutely.
So, but I'd gamble on that for sure.
All right. So yeah, that's a cool one. And then I guess we can get into Soul Sumpt if you're here. If you wanna take that over. DYOR.
Yeah. So what seemed like a slow Soul day yesterday turned out to be pretty eventful after all. So the DYOR Nerds was a project that a lot of us got into. Beanz, I don't know if you're still holding yours. I know you minted a few.
Those
tweeted,
two things? I gotta check, dude. I don't even remember.
So they tweeted out a collab with the D gods. And it's funny because people clearly didn't do their own research on it. It was just labeled D gods, but it's not actually a D god. It was like one of those picture frame type things that you could upload your NFT in. It was cool, but nothing that really blew me away. And people just kind of saw the name D gods and started pumping it like crazy. And why I say it's not a D gods collab, even though it's labeled that, is that frame is made by a member of the D gods, not the actual D gods, if that makes sense. So it's like a community-driven project that just happens to be from the D gods. But people just saw D gods and kind of went crazy with it. But along the way, their community, and I didn't even like it at first after the mint. Their community was kind of negative, didn't really love the vibe in there. And obviously the floor went crazy, so then they in turn went crazy. So now their community is just insane. They're teasing another announcement today. I'm amazed that they got this high. I thought 4 yesterday was going to be the top, and I had sold there. I had another one that got caught before I realized they were pumping it around 2.5. So I did make some money on this. Nothing crazy. I know a bunch of members got out in time in this one as well. The only issue I have with it now is there's still like 70% locked away in staking. I don't think this floor price is sustainable once they can unlock it from there. They're just going to dump. I don't know how hard they'll dump. I mean, I'd like to see that it's so high now that the people who are trapped in staking will still make some money on it, which is nice. But yeah, it was just kind of an unexpected pump in the middle of the day yesterday, so tons of money to be made there by our members, which was cool. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is that I wanted to touch base on that. So, it's funny. They didn't do their own research to see that it wasn't a real D-Gods collab. That was what I kept saying yesterday. But yeah, I think it touched as high as like 8 or 9 last night. So, some people made out real well on those.
It's awesome.
And then I think next up, what did we have here?
Where we at, Slumped? What did you just cover? The Bears stuff?
The nerds. Oh yeah, so the Bears, that's what I want to talk about next.
Yeah, on the
So
Cats.
the Bears and the Cats got into seemingly a turf war. So what happened was the Bears put out a document basically of their next steps, and the top of that list was a welcome package, which was a pin, I think a wristband, and something else really small, and people took that and went absolutely ballistic. They were framing it as, oh, we just paid 200 SOL for a wristband. What's going on? I'm selling. It's just crazy FUD. They actually, I'm reading in the thread now, they just put out a response to this a couple minutes ago. But yeah, man, the Cats are, I think I've talked about it before, they're like one of the top NFT communities ever on a social rating scale. And they did not take kindly to their 100 floor price dipping so much. And that was true with most blue chip SOL projects, but I think Cats took it the hardest. Since I guess there's some similarities both in art and community and kind of how they frame themselves. Side note, I do think Cats are going to run pretty soon. If anyone's looking at those, they've got some stuff coming to fruition right now, which we can talk about in a bit. But focus back on the Bears. So what they just tweeted out a few minutes ago is that they're calling them bear drops instead of airdrops. They're coming and they're for holders only. That's all they've really said there. They're heading to San Francisco to do some work with the Solana Lab office, with other projects, meeting with Magic Eden's team. Let's see what else. I'm reading this live for the first time. They're doing some more Twitter marketing campaigns. They're mailing the welcome pack. Not a merch drop. They made sure to specify that since that was the topic of such controversy. And yeah, I mean, I still like the Bears. If people want to FUD them to the ground, I still think they're going to end up doing pretty well. That's fine with me because then maybe I could buy in. I know Ace, I think, sold his on a pump yesterday and got out before they went down to about... Oh, they were 60 when I looked this morning, but they're 77 again right now. Yeah, I mean, I still like the Bears. I think the fact that they're getting this much attention only speaks to how big they are. And if you compare it, going back to the Kets versus Bears turf war, I mean, Kets have been around for a few months, and they didn't start out anything like how they are now. So I don't know. I'm giving them room to grow by make any final judgments. We'll see what they do. But scary as fun. Kind of not baseless, but I don't know. I thought it was a bit much. People just looking for reasons to bud these, I feel like.
All right. Is there anything else today, Magic Eden wise? Did you do Soul Spot?
I put it up. We didn't cover it yet.
Yeah.
So there's a few things minting today. Nothing like groundbreaking. I'm still not really looking to buy much leading up to Community 3 tomorrow. But we have Soul Spot, which is live for whitelist right now. It's cool. It's like a custom social media platform where they generate and scan your Solana blockchain activity to kind of build your, like, almost automate the process, which is cool. I wasn't really thinking of this as a flip at first, and watching this whitelist, I think it's not really shaping up to be that, but there is something really cool about this one. They're the first Magic Eden Launchpad project to mint partially to Dust. And for those who don't know what Dust is, that's the DeGods staking token, which has been all over the Soul space lately, in the headlines and stuff. But yeah, so you can mint out, I think they have 333 supply blocked off for that, which isn't a ton, but is something to take note of just because if the DeGods see that, they could absolutely rip it. But yeah, just kind of like a historical event now at this point that they finally implemented it. And I think for that reason alone, they're at least worth watching. I don't know that I'm going to mint one. They do look cool, but definitely looking more like a personal thing at this point. These utility ones are tough. I feel like they either do really well or they kind of just stay stagnated.
Okay.
Then we also had the, I'm not sure which link you have up next.
Frontier?
You got the, okay, so the Frontier and the next one I'm going to talk about, the Snapshots, are both not a huge fan of either, but they do have some traction, so I wanted to cover them. They're both pretty much metaverse plays. The Frontier is a Western style one. I don't have the exact details of exactly what they're doing just yet. I got cut short looking into all of it this morning. But it does get some good engagement. And this is the same with, I guess, all the mints today. It's pretty much just going to be, we're going to watch to see how whitelist goes, and maybe there's a quick flip there. Again, I'm not looking to hold anything short term right now. It would be quick flips and funneling that money into communities. But it is one to note today. They something they're doing differently, which could work out, is they're doing, rather than having the they have 3 tiers of whitelist for this. They can all mint, I think, different amounts. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but they're all minting at the same time, which is something we usually don't see. They have VIP, OG, and whitelist. Normally, I don't know what order it would be, but they kind of structure them one by one. So it could work out where you might see a ton of mints coming in at once, which I think would kind of increase that short-term bullish sentiment on these. So that's what I'm looking out for on here. But it is expensive. The public sale is 2.2. Just kind of poorly timed. But another one to watch. And then the Snapshots one, I'd say is probably a little bit more hype. That's an extension of a project called Zillaverse Kong. I'm not too familiar with that one either, but I know it's one of the bigger ones from, I guess, a few months ago. It's another metaverse play. That one is in-browser based, and you could fully customize it. That one's just got really good hype behind it. I'm not sure how much that one costs off the top of my head, but the previews look cool. I don't know. I'd probably go for it if the whitelist mints out it, but I'm just so concerned with anything short term, really, unless it's like the best of the best right now, with Community 3 coming up tomorrow. But that
What's
one
the
is
state
making
of the soul market right now. Are we bearish? Are we bullish? I know you're bullish on Community 3, but like existing project wise, are people like cautious? Are people like risk on? What does it look like?
It's definitely bullish overall, I'd say. I mean, we've had more attention than ever, right? But with all this money funneling into the big ones, these other ones are kind of getting put into the shadow right now, which honestly, and I've been saying this for a few weeks now, it presents that buying opportunity for other well-known stuff, right? So while everyone is buying Community 3 tomorrow, I'm personally looking at some other stuff, and I have a big listing of potential flips channel of stuff that is definitely undervalued right now, that as soon as all the money funnels out of Community 3 will be where the money goes. But yeah, I mean, in terms of overall market sentiment, I don't think we've ever been in a better spot.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Solana stuff's been pretty hyped, and it does seem like there's more and more money flowing into it, especially from like the Ethereum community and like bigger players there. At least I see them shilling a lot.
I saw a screenshot, and I don't know what they filtered, but it was the top 4 collections on OpenSea was all Solana stuff. And I'm looking at it right now. It looks like they probably just filtered it, but either way, that was really cool to see. Or maybe it was 24 hours. Let's see. No, yeah, they must have filtered it by Sol. But either way.
Oh.
I mean, after Bears, all eyes are kind of on us, for better or for worse.
Yeah. Did you get in the Visionary Studios stuff and the yeah?
I did. So I minted mine. The token was selling for about a Sol. It looks like we're sitting at about 0.65 right now.
Yeah.
I have no plans to sell this. I can only imagine that this is going to play into some sort of future project of theirs. And it was free, right? I mean,
yeah.
They're so mysterious. Like no one really, even to this point with the original project, really knows what's going on. But it's still holding a super solid floor price. So, I mean, this is a no-brainer hold for me. Worst case scenario, nothing happens, and I'm exactly where I started. Best case, who knows?
Yeah.
And it looks cool. I know a bunch of us got it on that whitelist ping.
Cool. Any other Solana stuff from you?
The Trippin' Ape Tribe has a space going on. I pinged this yesterday. They have a space at 1 p.m. If you don't have whitelist, please tune in and ask questions. They're picking people at random in their question channel, and if they answer your question, you get whitelist. I can't stress it enough. I think that's the next huge one. I mean, they have more engagement and members, or maybe not more, but damn close to it as the Bears. And I don't know. I think they have better branding, personally, with the way they're building out their marketing. Please tune into that. Please ask questions. Get whitelist, because that one's going to be nuts.
Cool. Thank you, Mr. Solana. We're into retail, which we just saw the Bowman baseball cards going out for Montgomery Club people. What do we think about the product at $2.99? A little bit of money. Yeah.
It's a good. It's Topps most popular product of the year.
Right.
People, it's huge collectability. People like to hunt these young prospects that are 18, 19 on their first MLB contract and get them while they're cheap. And then when they blow up, we saw exactly that scenario this year with your favorite prospect, Vince, Wander Franco. People were hunting his stuff in 2019, and now that he made the league, his first Bowmans are worth a fortune. And so getting on the train early, 300 is definitely more than we thought it was going to be, but it's pretty par for the course for Topps with their price increases across the board. I still minted my one box. So I would suggest go and this is as cheap as you're going to get it after release. The public release is tomorrow. Should be 300 again, probably limit one per, and they will definitely sell out on Topps website. So anytime after tomorrow, box prices are going to start to increase like Bowman always does.
So I was looking, Wander's playing pretty well.
He's playing very well. Yeah, he's crushing it.
He's a 368.
Yep, 368. He's hit a few bombs and
okay.
Yeah. So
cool.
most of these guys in this product, this is not, you're not buying these for the big name MLB stars. These are kids that are the ones that have their first Bowmans are kids that have signed their first MLB contract for a minor league team.
Right.
Most of them are 18, some are even 17. And you'll see these guys in the majors in anywhere from 3 to 5 years, and that's when the card prices are at the peak. But some of the big hits and some of the low-numbered colored variations of these cards can go for tens of thousands of dollars right off the bat.
Yeah.
So Jake, as a 582 member, I'm buying these, right?
Absolutely. Buy your box,
Cool.
582 special.
Yep, love it.
Does it come with a pack of gum?
No, they stayed away from that ever since people started opening vintage packs and realizing that gum actually bleeds grease through the cards. But it'd definitely be cooler if it had gum.
Oh gosh. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Cool. I don't have anything. Lionel asks what project again? I don't know, Garrett. Call Lionel. Answer his question.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just
Network?
in our ETH chat.
The
Apologies.
Q&A.
We talked about Phantom Network. We talked about something official. First, those were the two we mentioned today. And then Beanz, obviously.
Yeah, I like Beans.
Oh, that's not my buddy Lionel. That's one of our members, Lionel Gerard.
No, that's your buddy. Call him.
I mean, he's one of our members, longtime member. What project again? The Q&A.
I don't know.
Something official. The something or what was it called? Is that what it is? Something official. Yeah, something token. We were talking about the something tokens.
Well, we were talking about a lot of projects.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he'll ask it in the ETH chat. Huh. Anyways, Lionel, ask it in the chat, homie. Yeah, I don't have anything else going on. Waiting on Beans, honestly. That's kind of my next play. So a couple days for me, unless we get an opportunity on something else.
Yeah, man.
Cool. Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Sounds good. See you then.
All right. Peace.
Standing in the cold and the frozen wind, I'm leaving you behind, but it's not the end. No, no, no. Walking on a plane as I hold my breath, it's gonna be weeks till I breathe again. No, no, no. I know that you hate it, and I hate it just as much as you. But if you can brave it, I can brave it all for you. Call me anytime you can see the lightning. Don't you feel alone, you can always find me. We got a wild love raging, raging. Lost among a million changing faces. Every day our hearts keep trading places. We got a wild love raging, raging, checking into hotel loneliness. It's not what I've been used to, I confess. I wake up 3 times a night. Talking to a stranger is nothing new. She knows how to smile, but not like you. So I wait for you all night. I know that you hate it, and I hate it just as much as you. But if you can brave it, I can brave it all for you.